In this video, I'm going to be attempting a 24-hour short film challenge in none other than Paris. Why am I doing this? Well, currently I'm in beautiful Norway. I came here with 9 other creators, and it really got my passion back for filmmaking because for so long I was so focused on the vanity metrics, the views on Instagram, that I kind of lost track of the fact that the story is the only thing that really matters. And so instead of this trip ending and me kind of going right back into what I was doing before, I want to challenge myself to do something that's going to spark more creativity. And for me, I guess that's going to be going to Paris and literally only being there for 24 hours. So when the plane lands to when the plane takes me away, I'm only in Paris for 24 hours. And during that time, I need to do the pre-production, script, I need to do the production, film the whole short film, and edit. And I don't know if I'm even going to be able to do it, but I guess we'll find out because right now we are headed to the airport to get started. So Paris, I guess here I come. Alright guys, we have made it to Paris. That means the 24-hour film challenge starts now. I'm pretty stoked, but it is 10 p.m. right now. I'm still hungry and I need to sleep. I need to kind of get some rest because I'm coming from Norway. Long days, different hours. So I'm going to probably go hit up this kebab spot that I see down here, which looks pretty fire. There's some loud cars going by, but I think I'm going to get some food. And then I think I'm going to get some sleep, and then we're going to start pre-production in the morning. I got a really small little hotel room here. Kind of reminds me of like, almost like what I would think it would be like to live in like New York. It's basically just like a room and a little shower area, but you know what? We're not here for the hotel. We're here to go explore, and that's what we're doing tomorrow. So, short film, starting soon. Okay guys, we have to get going because we are already so late. I slept in because I literally didn't get to bed until like 3 a.m. It is so hot here, it's 35 degrees, and there was no AC. So I did not get a good sleep. I slept in way longer than I thought I was. So we're already so far behind, so we gotta make up for that lost time. We gotta start pre-production like right now. Alright guys, we made it to the cafe, but there's one huge problem I realized, and it's that I don't actually have the charger for this camera. So we're on half a battery, and that's gonna have to get us through the entire short film and this entire vlog. So that's a fun little challenge to throw into the mix, but I think we can do it. So let's get on to the pre-production, opening up the scripting now. I kind of thought about it last night. I think I know roughly the idea I want to go for, but we're gonna kind of flesh out the idea right now, and let's see what we come up with. Also, one of the things I didn't think about is the fact that Paris is so hot right now. It's like 35, 40 degrees. It's like literally boiling. I'm sweating everywhere I go. I'm definitely not dressed for this weather, but we're just gonna roll with the punches. All right, so this is the Eiffel Tower right up here. But you know, I'm finding the hardest part of this short film challenge is actually not having any subjects, any actors. I just have myself, and I don't even have a tripod, so it's just me and the camera, and that is 100% going to be the hardest thing about this short film challenge. So I'm going to see if I can get to the top of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if I'll be able to in time because we're on a time crunch, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. All right, the short film is coming to an end. I've already used up all the camera batteries, so there's nothing left here. But I don't know if I got enough shots. There's some really cool statues over here. Paris has some of the craziest statues I think I've ever seen in my life. Like the artwork is unmatched for sure. But we gotta get to the airport soon. Camera battery's out. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's been tough. It's been a struggle. I'm gonna have to use some clips from Artlist. I'm gonna have to use, well, this is gonna be a fairly short film, but it's gonna be like a 60-second short film. It's just so hard to get clips when you're just by yourself. Whoa, look at this place. The one thing I'm realizing about Paris is that they have some of the craziest artwork, especially sculptures, and their roads are so confusing. Is this a road? I don't even know where I am right now, but Every building is just artwork. It's beautiful, it's stunning. Ooh, look at this Porsche. Ooh. Yeah, lots of artwork down here. All right, guys, we are getting so close to the end of this 24-hour film challenge. We are at the last half hour, 30 minutes left on the clock, and then we are done. I'm not even at my gate. Actually, I'm like 4 gates over, so I have 30 minutes, and then I have to get over to my gate so I can make my flight. But we're cutting this really close. And I gotta go over to my gate. I actually don't want to miss it. I'm gonna be like the last person getting on. Okay, and that's time. We've done it 24 hours, and now I need to get over to my gate. Hope you guys like it. Paris really is as beautiful as you've always said. I mean, I can see why they say the streets are full of love. There's artists and there's artistry, there's beauty in the simplicity and the magnitude of some of the craziest buildings and architecture I've ever seen. Paris definitely is everything you said it was. I just wish you could have been here to see it. All right, and we are back in Canada. That means our 24-hour film challenge is fully complete. And I want to go over everything I've learned and all the challenges because there was a lot on this trip, which is kind of the beauty of doing things like this and giving yourself challenges, is that it really does put you in situations where you're going to struggle and you're going to learn from it. So real quick, before we jump into what I learned, the short film, it was very short. Obviously, I only had 24 hours, so it's not anything crazy, but it's a nice little story. If you didn't pick up on, I guess, the actual story itself, it was supposed to kind of be like this love letter to a girlfriend who had passed away, and she'd always wanted to go to Paris, and now he was in Paris, and he was remembering her. So that's kind of like the idea of the short film. If you kind of picked up on that, great. Let me know. If you didn't, go back, give it a watch, and tell me if you can kind of see it now. But anyway, that was a little short film. And now let's go into basically what I learned. So the number one thing that I probably took away is that going forward, I probably wouldn't travel by myself and try and film myself and act in it and direct and write and script and everything, because it's one thing to be behind the camera and have a subject and you're working with that actor. It's another thing to like plan the whole thing and then have to be in front of the camera as well, especially without a tripod. So I would say, honestly, going forward, I'll probably always try and travel with like an actor, or always have like a subject that's not myself. But caveat to that is, if you do have to film yourself, or if you do want to do a short film challenge where you are filming yourself, I would just say have a tripod with some kind of Bluetooth monitor where it's on your phone or something. That way you can actually be in front of the camera, but also watch the camera at the same time to make sure you're getting the shots, because that was definitely like the hardest part. I did not have a tripod, so not having a tripod, filming myself and not being able to see the camera was like the biggest challenge of the entire thing. All right, number two, I would have definitely spent more time on pre-production if I was to do this again. So pre-production, honestly, I'm coming to learn more and more how important it is. Planning out what song and music you want to use, planning out the vibe, thinking about the shots in detail, really envisioning the short film, the project before you go and film, because it will save you so much time. Especially on this, because one of the challenges I talk about is that my camera battery was at like half battery, and so in Norway, or when I went to Norway, I had to get like this adapter, because in Canada we have different plugins than in Europe. And so I got an adapter so I could charge all my gear, but on the way from Norway to Paris, I actually left that adapter at the airport. And I no longer had the ability to charge my camera, which was unfortunate. But with that being said, if I had pre-production more, if I had done more planning, I would have been able to like use that camera battery more specifically but I ended up kind of like only rushing through the pre-production, and then I was going and filming clips that never even made it into the short film. So that was a totally waste of time and a waste of battery. So I'm just learning more and more every time I do a shoot that pre-production actually is probably like one of the most important things. All right, the next thing I wanted to touch on is just the fact that Artlist came in clutch and helped me with 2 shots. Number 1 was the drone shot. Now there's a few reasons I didn't grab a drone shot myself. I mean, I didn't have a drone, so it wouldn't have been possible, but 2, even if I did, being there for such a short time, and there's a lot of restrictions around flying drones, especially in Paris. So even if I had a drone, I probably wouldn't have done it. I probably would have still grabbed that shot from Artlist. And I think it just helps tell the story. It gave the establishing shot. The second shot I used was actually of the couple embracing. It's like a close-up. I think it really seamlessly tied in, and it helped tell the story of, like, you know, Paris is full of romance and love and couples. And I wanted to get that shot. I tried to get it authentically, but I couldn't find any couples in love in Paris. I mean, I guess Paris is fresh out of loving couples, but I pulled that one from Artlist, and I think it worked to tell the story really well as well. So that's just kind of a reminder that it is okay to pull some shots from Artlist if you cannot source it yourself and get it yourself, because again, the story is all that really matters. So Artlist is another tool for us filmmakers. All right, now the biggest thing that I regret so much about all of this is that I didn't treat the behind the scenes like it was the story. Because when I was filming the behind the scenes, I was just kind of thinking, you know, I'll capture it, I'll tell people what's going on, I'll update them, and then I'll get back to filming the short film. I didn't realize, it didn't click for me that the behind the scenes is the story, right? That's the reason you're clicking on this video. I wish I had taken more time to show you what was happening instead of just sitting down and quickly telling you and then moving on. So that was definitely my biggest learning lesson when I was editing it, was I should have taken more time to show you, not just tell you the behind the scenes. I should have really brought you along. I should have, thought about and did some pre-production for the actual behind the scenes and focused on telling the story of me going to Paris to film a 24-hour short film, where instead I just kind of documented it quick and then got back to trying to film the short film. So that was the biggest learning lesson for me. But now I know, and it's great because I actually want to turn this into a series. I want to start doing these more often, just these short film challenges, whether I'm flying to a country and doing a short film challenge, or I'm doing something here in Canada, or maybe I have to film the whole thing on my iPhone or something. There's so many challenges that I could do. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. But I definitely want to do more of these. It really builds you up. It really pushes you out of your comfort zone, and it makes you a better filmmaker. So I'm going to do more. I'm excited. There's other things on this channel I'm going to be doing as well. So if you like this video, please subscribe, stick around, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Take care.